It's a calling, like to do it right, to do it seriously. You go out in front of these kids, 35 teenagers in secondary school, right? And you do it day in, day out, and you get up there and you try to connect with them. And then, like in my parents' case, you come back and you do it again with your own teenagers. And like, that goes on and goes on. That is a lot of giving.
These are extraordinarily complex young people.
Please tell me you know it's not all right to be out here at like breakfast time getting fully baked.
Steve, you dick. This is the thing, you can't just casually call me a dick.
Hi, I'm Alex Menemy, and I'm thrilled to be joined today by Cillian Murphy and Simbi Adjikawa, aka the mighty Little Simz, to talk about their new film, Steve, on Netflix. How are we doing?
Good.
Good, not too bad.
First things first, Simbi, because obviously we're the enemy. We should probably talk about your song that you wrote for the film, Don't Leave Too Soon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested in how you drew from the film and the story to make the song.
Yeah, when I got blessed with the opportunity to write music for the film, I just wanted to do justice and I just wanted to do right by the story and by the film. And for me, it was just like, almost like I wrote the song for Shy and for Steve as well. And obviously the film's like, just over an hour, so trying to get a fraction of that feeling into 3.5 minutes is a task. But I just wanted it to feel like a love letter to those guys in that, I see them.
Yeah.
And I see and recognise their pain. Yeah.
You must have heard it, I'm assuming, Cillian?
Oh, such a tune. It's such a tune. The story is, so Max wrote the script, and then we were like, the way you get the script, like, who could we cast? So you just do this, like, imagine. And his first thing was, imagine if we get Little Simz to play Shaw. And ooh, imagine. So then we sent it to her, and like, it happened, and we actually still can't believe it, to be honest with you. But then to have the song is just, and it's very hard to do a song, to have a song that finishes a film, because it's very hard to get that right tonally. But to have it written by someone who's in the movie, it's kind of unique. But it's also, it's the way it builds for me when the beat drops at the end. It's just something else.
Yeah, definitely. In Steve, you both obviously play teachers who are like, I would say the most pivotal to a child's sort of life as you can get as a teacher. I wondered, did either of you have that teacher that put you on a path to where you are today?
Yeah, as I've been doing this today, it's been bringing up a lot.
Yeah, and what you're making the film as well, I imagine, as well.
Yeah, for sure. But there was one teacher, his name was Phil, who's my college teacher, and he allowed me to take on that course even though I didn't have the right grades. And I'll never forget that, because he just saw something in me and was like, on paper, you don't actually qualify, but I see something in you. I'm going to give you a chance. And I'll always be very, very grateful for that.
Because I've done a bit of research, and I thought you were going to talk about, is it Miss Rosen, maybe?
Miss Rosen, yeah. That was my head of year at secondary school, for sure. She was, amazing. And Miss Welton, my English teacher, who just encouraged my creative writing from early. And
to pay them back, you shouted them out on stage with gorillas. I remember. I saw on Twitter, I was looking at it, and you said, teachers looked at me funny when I said I'd make it from rapping. Still got love for Miss Rosen, still got love for Miss Welton. It's a pretty nice way to shout them out, isn't it? What about you, Cillian? Was there one teacher?
Yes, but I should also say that my mum and dad both are retired teachers.
Oh, really?
And my dad, in fact, became like a school's inspector, so he'd come into the class to inspect the teachers teaching. My grandfather was a headmaster.
Oh, wow.
It's like, it's the Department of Education in Ireland. Okay. Yeah, so...
he wasn't employed to do it, he just turned up.
No, but the teachers would be like terrified when they call him in Ireland, you call him the Kigra. But then anytime I talk about him on like interviews and things, there's all these people write in and go, oh, he was the best, he was so caring, he was so great to me when I was a young teacher.
And so, you're like, you didn't know him. Stop me going to that party.
The thing is, you don't really appreciate what your parents do for a living when you're a kid, and the thing that I appreciate more and more and more as I get older and have kids of my own that are now finished school, is that it's a calling, like to do it right, to do it seriously. You go out in front of these kids, 35 teenagers in secondary school, right? And you do it day in, day out, and you get up there and you try to connect with them. And then, like in my parents' case, you come back and you do it again with your own teenagers. And like, that goes on and goes on. That is a lot of giving, you know? And of course I didn't appreciate that when I was a kid. I had a teacher in secondary school who was also my English teacher who really, really unlocked like literature and theatre and poetry for me and encouraged me into performance. Bill Wall was his name. Yeah. Great novelist. Yeah. Like a distance allows you that perspective and allows you to acknowledge the difference it made, I think.
Yeah. And I did a bit of digging as well on your past teachers.
Oh, yeah.
And I read that you had quite a creatively important guitar teacher when you were a teenager. Does Marco Leary ring any bells?
Oh, yeah.
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 Well, I managed to have a chat with him on the phone last week.
Did you?
Yeah, I wanted to find out what you were sort of both like.
God,
I
really
couldn't get in touch with Miss Rosen. But I'm going to maybe say a few things that he told me and you can tell me if they're true. It's nothing bad, don't worry.
Okay.
Your face was just like, I'll reassure you.
Okay.
So he said he taught you from 91 to 95 at Wright Music Centre in Cork.
Oh, yeah, that's correct.
So you would have been about 14 sort of to...
Something like that, yeah.
You were a model pupil, apparently.
Okay.
Always asked questions, never got frustrated.
Right.
Sound about right? And you had this classic green 90s Parker jacket with the German flag on the sleeves.
Oh, yeah, I did have one.
Do you remember
cool
that?
jackets, yeah.
A few more things. One of the first songs you learned was Blown in the Wind by Bob Dylan on guitar. Can you still play that?
That's a pretty easy song, isn't it?
And he helped you form a band called Sarah Days.
Oh yeah, that was a very early band. Yeah.
Why did we call that?
Then I think we just liked the name, liked the sound of it. Listen, we were 15 or something. Yeah, it was my brother. My brother was in that band. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What did he play?
He plays keyboard. Yeah. Yeah. Very good.
The last time I'm going to embarrass you in this interview, but he actually recorded a message and wanted me to play it to you in this interview, if that's all right. I'm gonna
really?
Yeah. And he mentions that he actually talked about a few of the other people who were sort of around you at the time. So if you want to...
Hi, Cillian. Would just like to say, very proud of your accomplishments. Also would like to say that you had a great pedigree. There were some great people around you when you were studying here with me. We had Elaine and Paul, who were going to be starring with Marlon Brando and Johnny Depp. We had Alan and Paul from the Sultans.
Oh, yeah.
And we also had a great friend, Rory, ex-Top Gun, incredible guy. So, well done. And hey, maybe see you around sometime.
Ah, that's very sweet.
Yeah, do you remember any of those people?
Great hair.
I remember the lads from the Sultans, yeah.
How are all these people that were like going on to be sort of actors and stuff in the same class?
I don't... So Marlon Brando made a film in outside of Cork with Johnny Depp, and then but it never got finished. It stopped filming. I can't remember the name of it, in Ballycotton. And I remember I was kind of getting into like films at the time, and I went, I should get the bus down and just stand around and see if I can see Marlon Brando, but I didn't. So I didn't probably have the bus fare.
One of the great unmade films.
Yeah, look it up. Yeah.
Right, yeah. So that wasn't too embarrassing, was it?
That was great. Thank you.
Steve, you can't do it all.
Okay, all right, I'm here for you.
Perhaps there's a limit.
Why do you fucking give a shit?
So we always ask this in interviews with anyone that we interview, particularly actors. What is your go-to album that you always go back to over and over again? If you could only pick one, that would be it.
I'm going to say Frank Ocean, Nostalgia Ultra. I love Frank Ocean. I think he's such an amazing songwriter. Yeah, his voice is incredible, and yeah, he's definitely an artist that I will forever love and adore, and always go back to his records.
It's interesting because lots of people say Channel Orange.
I hear it. I think just because Nostalgia Ultra feels like a mixtape, and I like that he had like classic Coldplay songs, and he'd do a flip on them, or these like rock bands that you'd never think you'd hear like an R&B soul singer on those kind of records, but it just worked. And I like when things almost shouldn't make sense, but they do. I like duality and that type of thing, and I just think he done it really well.
Have you ever got to meet Frank Ocean?
No, I think he's like writing films now. He's like just directed his first.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool. When I was very young, a lot of the time sharing music was and I sound just such an old man. But I mean, we used to go to the city library and actually rent cassettes. And I remember renting Abbey Road, the Beatles, because I had like my dad had the greatest hits on cassette, and then I will genuinely never forget putting the cassette in the thing and hearing the shum dum dum dum, like it was like I never heard anything like it, and it was just. It's still to this, and I listened to that cassette over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Yeah. And it, the second half is that whole McCartney collage thing, which is just this incredible
weight and
virtuosity. Yeah, and it's like it always felt like a kind of like you were traveling through something. And then I ended up living near Abbey Road. It's so bizarre. It just became like, there's Abbey Road.
And someone here recorded at Abbey Road, so pretty cool.
Yeah, recorded there a few times. Yeah.
Simbi, I can't leave the enemy without asking you for a music update, because obviously Lotus is out. You're on tour for the rest of the year, I think, mostly in America as well. But after that, are there any projects percolating?
Within film or music, wherever.
Anything you want to tell me about?
I think like I'm always writing and creating, and I just kind of trying to focus on staying present at the moment. I think I've spent a lot of years living in the future, and like I'm gonna do that thing, and I'm gonna, I want to do that next and that. And right now, I think I'm just in a space in my life where I'm just like, this is what I'm doing now, and this is what I'm focused on.
You've got a lot going on, so I think that's fine.
Yeah. I remember when we were shooting Steve, like she was actually rehearsing for that Glastonbury set while we were shooting. Like insane, and she would just casually come on set and like do a scene and then like head off and then did this like storm and set and then like Glastonbury Saturday night, whatever it was. It was just staggering how she did it.
And speaking of storming sets, I think it was last Friday, you did a surprise DJ set.
Oh yeah, it's not quite the same thing.
No, it's not. Well, I don't know. Did you hear about this?
No,
really? Where was it? Was it
in Cork City? Yeah.
The curate the festival.
It's yeah.
What's it called again?
Sounds from a Safe Harbour. Yeah.
That's it, yeah. Do you want to see a video of it?
I would
looks quite
love.
cool.
We don't have time for that.
Look up, it's so cool. You got the place absolutely bouncing. Yeah.
Nice one.
Yeah. But thanks so much for chatting to me, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. And I hope it wasn't too embarrassing, some of it.
No, it was lovely to see that message. Yeah, thanks, man.